In the spotlight this morning, she has been part of our lives since the 80s. You couldn't turn the radio on and not hear one of her hit songs. Debbie Gibson is heading our way this summer for her The Body Remembers Encore Tour. Happens at the Odeum in East Greenwich. And guess what? Here she is, Debbie Gibson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for doing this. And before we even get into talking about the concert, I wanted to just tell you, and I hope this makes you feel good. The second I said that we were going to be talking to you, so many people who work here have great memories of you growing up and all of your music.
I never get tired of hearing that. And I always say it's so cool that, I was just doing what I love to do, but I know, I feel like I grew up with all of you too, and I accompanied all of you on your journey by kind of providing some of the soundtrack to your childhood and teen years, and it's not wasted on me how profound that is. And I feel like, at my age now and this point in my life, and same for this whole generation. Sure. I feel like it's just so meaningful to all of us right now for some reason. So thank you.
Yeah. And you also have a connection to Rhode Island. You've been on our show before. I know you performed at the Providence Performing Arts before when you were doing some Broadway and some musicals. And then you were also at another place that I work at, 92 Pro FM, the radio station.
Yes, there were all of those things, and I headlined Pride, and I was there with the Out of the Blue tour decades ago. I mean, so I know I've passed on through Rhode Island many times throughout the course of my career, but this is the first time that I'm doing like a full-length pop concert in a really, really long time in Rhode Island. So I am very, very excited to be at the Odeum on June 7th. I'm like, is it summer yet? Touring's my happy place. I love recording. I love the art of making music and arrangements and producing. But you do all that so that you can be out with the people performing it live. So I could not be more excited.
Obviously, you've been doing this for a long time, so does writing still come easy to you? And how do you know after you've written a song that you've got it right and you can take it and go, okay, this is it, I'm done?
Oh my gosh, it's such a good question. I feel like, certain songs, I very, very vividly remember writing Lost in Your Eyes. Mm-hmm. I got home from school, I sat at the piano, I was in my teen romance angst, inner monologue, as we all are at that age. And the thoughts translated into that song and kind of poured out. And I knew. Right. I was like, I don't know where this came from, what song fairies dropped this down on me to bring into the world, but I knew it was magic.
Yeah.
And so it's still that way. I mean, I think, I never worry. I go through waves, where I'm not writing and then I'm writing, I can't turn the ideas off. And so I just I live when I live my life, and I'm yeah, I'll have that spurt again, that burst. And that happened with this album during the pandemic. I started feverishly writing these songs and kind of, again, I describe it as they drop in on me. It's almost like I'm listening to a radio, mm-hmm. but that radio is playing these new songs that oh wait, these are mine. And so I do know when a song is really special. On this album, there's a song called Legendary that for me, when Kobe Bryant passed, I wrote it because people were really speaking about what it means to be a legend. And mm-hmm. It's not just about being talented or gifted in a sport or in art. It's about the person you are and that spirit and that essence and that generosity of spirit and all of those things. And so that song's very magical to me off The Body Remembers. And Love Don't Care, which is coming out, which is going to be the upcoming single, is so catchy. Go listen to it after this interview, okay. And then I dare you to get it out of your head. I love a good catchy hook. I know when the hooks are catchy, sure. and I know when the songs are mediocre too. I don't mean to sound like I think everything I write is great, because there's a lot of songs that don't see the light of day, and I'm like, oh, that was a fun journal entry, but not worth sharing.
So if somebody if somebody is thinking about going to the show, first of all, obviously you've got to buy tickets to the show. But what are they going to hear? They'll probably hear some of your newer songs, but they still have a special place in their heart for a lot of the songs that they grew up listening to as well.
Yes, yes. You know, I call my show nostalgic. You're going to hear all the nostalgic hits. I embrace those always. I celebrate those always. There's been so many anniversaries of like Foolish Beat and Electric Youth, and all of those songs. You're going to hear them all. And the new material from The Body Remembers. I have a few special cover songs planned. And then I love to sit at the keyboard and take requests and be spontaneous and be in the moment. Like I love there's bells and whistles and the great band and the choreography, but then I love moments that happen in live shows that not even I know what's going to happen. Like
Right.
that's probably my favorite thing, because people call things out, and sometimes I'll even be like, hey, if you can pull up the lyrics to that on your cell phone and come up, I can try to play it by ear or remember it if it's an older song of mine.
That is
Because
fantastic.
my Diamond Deb heads go deep with the deep cuts. I don't even remember half of my catalog because there's so many songs.
Hey,
But you mentioned the tickets, if I may, DebbieGibsonOfficial.com for tickets and VIP passes. And I'm doing a special thing that I did on my holiday tour where fans can sit on the stage with me. It's a special
Fantastic.
VIP experience. So it's a really, really fun. Again, I use the word experience because I don't like to just get on stage and sing at people. I like everyone to be a part of it and that energy to be in the room for everybody.
couple of things. First of all, I love that you embrace your past and what really, got you to where you are now, and that you really and love your fans and bring them in. I also love that you've written your own music. You were kind of Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift, because it is so important to be able to write your music. And the other thing I want to ask you is it true, and is that it behind you, that you have Liberace's piano?
That is Liberace's piano. Let's see.
Hang on.
Maybe we can, it won't sound very good because we're not wired for this, but.
Oh, I'm losing. The audio just dropped out on that.
Yes, that is Liberace's piano.
That is so funny.
Say again?
No, I was saying that was so fun. That's so funny. The audio did drop out, but it was good to know that is the piano behind you.
You guys can always edit if you want, or just keep it in the moment, and But yes, you got the visual. But yes, Liberace's piano. He was the first live show that I ever saw. At 7 years old, I was obsessed with him. I was kind of a freaky child.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, we don't want to. I could talk to you forever. And the other thing I want to say is, if you are ever back in Rhode Island and you have some time, come back in and see us, because we would love to see you again.
That would be great if there's time on this tour. And if not, please come to the show as my guest. And I hope to see everybody super soon, June 7th. It's a Wednesday night. It's summertime, though, so come on out.
Come on
to
down.
The Odeon.
East Greenwich is a great place. Debbie, thank you so much for your time. Tickets for the show on June 7th are still available. We're going to post a link to it on our website. That is rhodeshow.com. Debbie, perfect. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Will. Thanks so much.
Yep, we hope to see you soon. Have a good day.
Okay, same. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.